be supportive, but I don't want to die either.
Old cars, and then there's a
the
P1.
hypercars.
Yeah, that's a P1. Pagani Utopia, SVJ, 6x6 Army.
Jeez.
What the? SVJ Zago, that's a Zagato, that's a Koenigsegg Agera. Wait. Is that the Porsche? Oh no, that's the Valkyrie.
Whoa,
Zinger.
that's so bedazzled.
That's the bedazzled one.
Honestly, it's mostly because of this passenger handle.
I think that's a lot of customer feedback they got too, that people wanted
Something
this
to
instead
hold
of the
on
wall.
to.
Starting up the E-Ray, and this is the 2026 model year new layout. So my first time experiencing the redesigned interior. I have my wife Angel here with me.
Hello.
We are currently in Monterey for Car Week. And next up, we're driving one of those. See what those are? Those are Corvette ZR1. So we're going to be upping the horsepower by 400 something from the E-Ray. But starting off in the E-Ray.
Now there's a passenger handle. So
Yeah, instead of the Great Wall of Corvette buttons. That's Roswell Green. That's a new color, and that's so cool. Oh, man. Of course, Koenigsegg Regera, McLaren P1, a couple of ZR1s. And then the Pagani's over there. We have a couple Utopias, a couple Wyras. There's only going to get crazier and crazier.
Take the next right toward Old Ranch Road.
I'm going to mute this. So the primary purpose of today is to experience the ZR1, but a chance to try out the 2026 interior is also very cool, because I've only seen photos of this. But the big change with the little screen here on the left, the full digital cluster still, and then this screen has been redesigned. On my 2023 Z06, it's more rectangular, so it's kind of more angled here, and it gives you more of the cockpit feel. I'm still kind of torn on if I like the added digitization. So our heated seat, cooled seat controls are now in the touchscreen. We still have some physical climate controls down here, because remember, you thought it would be this giant column of buttons. How do you feel about this new interior?
I like the fact that they have a passenger handle here, but at the same time, I do like buttons. Again, I really liked the buttons in the Porsche Macan, and even in the Z06, I think I prefer that because I'm a very tactile person, I think. And again, with my iPhone home button, right? I just like buttons in general. I know you make fun of me a lot for that, but I'm just a buttons gal.
Yeah, when we first met, Angel, again, this was like a year and a half ago, was still using an iPhone with a home button. I don't know when...
It was the iPhone 6.
Oh my gosh, honey.
Or no, the iPhone 8, sorry.
8? So you went from an iPhone 8 to an iPhone 16.
Yes.
You doubled your generation count.
Exactly.
Yeah, so buttons are nice. That's why we bought a 2021 Macan and not a newer one, because the newer one's all this like glossy touch panel-y stuff. So yeah, I do mourn the loss of the Great Wall of Corvette buttons. It was unique. We'll play around with, so the wireless phone charger's there now. Is there still one back here? Can you see? Oh, there still is.
There is.
So they kept one there. So now you have two wireless phone chargers.
That is pretty
Although,
handy.
wait, is this wireless charging? It is. I think it is.
Oh.
Yeah, see the little icon right there?
Oh, yes, it is.
So it's got this little, like, spring-loaded clampy thing.
That's neat.
Yeah.
So that your phone doesn't move around?
Yeah. Well, we'll have to test that when we go through some turns.
Oh, gosh.
So you like that the grab handle is there?
Yes, of course.
You have double grab handles. It's like a roller coaster ride. Let's see what kind of cars we're going to spot just driving around. I think we're heading towards Monterey first, leaving Carmel Valley Ranch, and then we'll be heading down south, Highway 1, towards Big Sur, which is a beautiful scenic drive. Like the Pebble Beach tour heads down that way. We'll find turnouts to stop, take some photos, videos, but I'm definitely most excited to get into the ZR1, but this is still a cool opportunity to play around with the 2026 interior layout. Not a big enough change that I would be willing to like swap my Z06 for a newer one. Mm-hmm. Like I love mine the way it is, and it's totally fine. I didn't buy the car for interior tech layout. I bought for the engine, right? That was the big draw for me.
So the Z06 also has this updated interior as well?
Correct.
Oh,
all 2026 Corvettes have gone to this interior layout. Once they make the model year change, they are all exactly like this now. And actually, it's really interesting. The ZR1, which we're driving later, right? It came out in 2020. Look at that ghost spec. Wow, that would match my Z06 perfectly.
Oh yeah, it would.
But the 2025 launched the ZR1, so just some with my generation interior. And then 2026, they very quickly jumped to 2026 model year. So the vast majority of ZR1s are going to be built with this interior. So actually, if you end up with a 2025 ZR1, those are probably going to be a little bit more rare. I don't know if that's going to be like a value add per se, but just you really don't have any option now because all of them coming out as 2026s now. Oh no! That's your worst nightmare, going up a hill and getting stuck behind a slow-moving Hyundai. I don't know if there's any passing lanes here either. Nuts. We'll have plenty of fun scenic driving.
So what's the difference between a C6, a C7, C8? Are they just different iterations?
Generations. C6 and C7 were front engine. So the engine was in front of us.
C6 and C7 are front
See,
engine.
every Corvette generation before C8, engine was in the front, rear-wheel drive.
Okay.
On C8, they made a massive fundamental change. If you think about it, the engine, where the engine sits in your car is a massive determination of how it feels, how it looks, all of that, right?
Correct.
So they put it mid-engine, which means it's behind us. So a lot of exotic sports cars and supercars are like that. McLarens, Ferraris, engines are oftentimes in the back. So C8 is now mid-engine, and they just allowed it to move into a more exotic space and move up market, more performance. Like they couldn't have done, they were talking about the ZR1 with that power level, and like on C6, C7 they learned you can't put the power down because your engine's really heavy. It's in front, you're sending power to the rear wheels. You need kind of like weight or something to press it down so you can actually put the power down. And on the C6 and C7, they were squirrely, whereas on the mid-engine layout, it's a little more optimized for that. So they were able to really start pushing the performance up to stratospheric levels.
So why didn't they do that initially with the C6 and C7? Why didn't they just put the engine in the
They
rear?
probably did, but there's development costs. There are challenges from a design standpoint. There's the history. There's all sorts of different things. This is your first time on a curvy mountain road, isn't it, honey?
It is, yeah.
Oh boy. Okay, this is actually probably a good thing because they're easing you in with an E-Ray and then the ZR1.
I'm really nervous though coming back down, right? Because we're going
Why?
to do a vehicle swap and we're going to be in the ZR1 going back down the other
That's okay.
direction. Because then we'll be closer to, I guess, like the hillside,
Don't
the
worry.
mountainside. I'm terrified right now. This is great. This is very good.
That is violently fast. So we can already immediately see the way Angel is grabbing onto that handle from an ergonomics, interior design layout standpoint. That's more useful because you can't, if you do the same thing on like the previous gen like mine, you're gonna just start like changing climate and touching heated
that's
seats
true.
and like you're just doing all sorts of things. All of a sudden a defrost is on, you're like, what's happening? Oh, my passenger is freaking out. So that is an immediately noticeable change. There's also a lot of carbon on this one. This has both the interior carbon packages, so this is all carbon fiber.
I can really appreciate when Brian was explaining the ZR1 exterior and saying that everything there's a functionality behind
Yes.
all the different, I don't even know what they're called, like
vents,
air ducts
yep,
and all of that stuff.
100%. Because there are a lot of manufacturers, they'll put what looks like a vent or like an aggressive bulge, and it's just solid filled in plastic.
Yeah.
So it's purely for aesthetic looks. It's not actually functional. One of the things I hate is actually, it was on our Fred's G-Wagon Squared, the big one. The hood, we were talking about the added hood thing.
There was nothing
That's just glued on. It's just like a piece of carbon fiber that gets glued on, and it doesn't actually function. Whereas like there are hoods with actual intakes where you feed air into the engine. You heard them talking about in the back of it,
for
right?
cooling purposes.
So yeah, they actually make it properly functional, and I prefer that.
In the fashion world, it's equivalent to fake pockets, which I hate because I get so excited when a cardigan has pockets and it's just sewn in, and it's there's no rhyme or reason behind it.
You're getting catfished by a pocket?
Yeah, which really aggravates me.
All right, since we're stopped at a red light, yeah, so like there's a little Corvette logo in the bottom of these in metal, which is kind of cool. But this is still the same. Interesting, they still give you a phone charger back there. So now we have two wireless phone chargers. The center screen, if I go here to layout, Oh, I can change this view. Oh, there's track. That's pretty cool. There's tour, and then there's sport. I can link it to drive mode. You remember the E-Ray, right?
Yep. Vaguely. Oh. This is just a warm-up of what's going to happen later.
Yeah.
Driving back up.
Yes. When we upgrade to the ZR1. Here's Laguna Seca.
Oh, cool. What are those?
This is an iconic racetrack. Yes. It's so cool. The corkscrew is a 3-story drop. This turn, you go down like this massive hill, and you're like, ah, because it literally drops like 3 stories.
That's scary.
It's so cool. Yeah, I did one event there, and I got to drive on track, and it was so cool. Usually, like every single time, so we're like on a racing simulator or a racing game, like you pick Laguna Seca. Like Laguna Seca or Nürburgring. Those are like the 2 tracks that every car person goes to drive, I feel like. See, you can hold on to both sides.
I feel like this is dangerous. Rough road, babe. Careful.
We have magnetic ride. We're okay.
We have what?
Magnetic ride.
Magnetic ride?
This says magnetoheliological dampers SLR, which has like magnetic filled fluid that they can run a current through and change the viscosity and dampening effect of the dampers, so they can very quickly react and change the firmness. So whether go from comfortable or more firm and well handling for dynamics. All the Corvettes and GM performance vehicles have that.
I want to be supportive, but I don't want to die either.
This is a fantastically curvy and smooth road. Some of the canyon roads can be a little more bumpy. What are you doing, breath exercises?
Yes, breath work.
Oh, this is nice. This is going to be fun on the ZR1. Wow. Wow, look at that. The instant torque from the E-Ray is pretty fantastic. And I do love this new track layout of the tachometer. Just watch as you get close to the red line how it changes. That's very, very visual. That's nice, because you're just looking at that in your peripheral vision. Or you can use the heads-up display too, but the C8 platform is just so capable. How you doing?
Good.
Take a photo?
Yeah, I'll take a photo.
The Pebble Beach tour is actually happening today right now. So we've seen some pretty cool cars go by, and you see a lot of people stopped to take photos and videos. Actually, a lot of people taking photos and videos of the E-Ray. Interesting. Maybe they think it's a ZR1. But anyways, we'll probably see something pretty cool heading past us and just grabbing onto the handle already preemptively.
Yep.
Couple final thoughts to wrap up the new interior refresh. We have the toggles here on the left. So this one here, that's for launch control. We already tried that a couple times. So you can change your varied RPM and slip target, and you turn it on and off. So when it's in auto, literally as soon as you like hit the brake, it tells you floor it harder, and you can do launch control. And then PTM is down here too, and a little toggle on the left. And that little left screen, you can toggle through your TPM settings. So there's wet, dry, sport, race 1, race 2, and pro. And that varies your traction control and your stability settings. And I showed you the cluster here. You can change the look of that also on the left screen, layout, and go from tour to, let's see, sport, and then track. Look at that, ghost. Wow. I think it's the same one we saw earlier, unless there's 2 identical spec ones running around. That would match my Z06 very nicely, honey. We should buy one.
I don't know about that.
You can link it to drive mode. So it's actually a pretty intuitive layout. The one not intuitive thing we found out is we could not find equalizer. It took, once you know where it is, it's easy, but like under, let's see, sounds, it's not here. This is all volume levels, and there's no equalizer. It's under like vehicle for some reason. So it took us a second to find it because whoever had this car last had the bass turned up to such a level that everything was rattling and it was just overwhelming. So audio settings were there. This is like a miniaturized version of the same kind of infotainment screen you'll find in other Chevy vehicles, whether a Blazer EV, a Silverado, kind of with that angled thing, and just a slightly smaller scaled down version. You still have CarPlay, so we paired up CarPlay, but also we've been running the built-in Google Maps F50 and Revuelto and a Bugatti, and another Bugatti. Oh my gosh, what'd I tell you? We're gonna see some cool cars, right? But yeah, this system works pretty well. It is definitely a change. I like there's physical controls here, and I do like this new layout, this toggle here for the drive modes and the shortcuts for your camera and your front lift. But it's not enough to make me like, oh my gosh, I should get rid of my Z06 now and order a new one. That would be silly. That'd be costing me lots of money. It just doesn't make sense to quite do that. But when you're ordering a new one, this is not a bad layout. It definitely feels a little more premium, and it's not too much screen, I think. It's just on the edge. Like, this little screen here is really just a nice little control panel. It doesn't interfere with it. The steering wheel visibility really nicely outlines the cluster, the way the shape, the carbon is just bowed over that, so you can see this full screen is very expansive. The graphics are very, very nice. Like, take a look at the drive mode graphics when you change drive modes. Let me toggle.
I like how people are just camping out here taking photos of the cars that drive by.
Because
they're camping out.
All the cars that go to Pebble Beach Concours, they have to actually drive. Yeah. So they're functional. So this is the tour. You'll see some crazy cars driving. Let's see. Let's look at the new graphics. So that's weather. We've got my mode. We can customize it. One of the two modes to customize. There's tour. There's sport. And there's track. I actually think I like the pre-update one because you could see the car. This one is just like more so showing the terrain. Interesting. So that's the new graphics there. But they are very, very, very nice graphics. Look at that layout. That's pretty cool too. Hopefully as we get further south, there is less and less traffic. Lots of people spotting. But take a look at that view. Wow. Isn't that beautiful, honey? Yeah, this scenic drive down to Big Sur. I probably don't even need navigation. There's no like other ways to go.
Yeah.
Got police escorts, old Rolls Royce, old something. I don't know, old cars as well. Worth lots of monies. I do know that's an AMG GTR Pro, I think. Oh! Wow, those are some Ferraris worth a lot of money. You can smell the gasoline from the old cars. It's crazy, like the dichotomy of like old cars, and then there's a P1.
Hypercars.
Yeah, that's a P1. Oh my gosh, right? And then like the modern day exotic supercars and hypercars. A Senna, that might be Chris. Yep, that's Chris, P1 Youngin. Countach. That's a 935. How's that road legal? I thought those were race cars. What? Koenigsegg Regera, Pagani Huayra, Pagani Utopia, SVJ, 6x6 Army.
Jeez.
What the? SVJ Zago, that's a Zagato, that's a Koenigsegg Agera, 685 LT, a Zinger, 750S, another Regera, F12, Viper 458, Pista, Audi 85. What? Did you see those 6x6s?
Yeah, those are massive.
Remember we drove the 4x4 squared? 6x6 is that with two more wheels on the back. Yeah, they're...
What do you even, like, what is the utility for those? Like, what do you even use those for?
Starbucks drive-thru.
Yeah, okay.
It is just, it's absurd. It's not necessary at all. It's just complete, utter overkill.
It's for road presence.
Indeed, it's for flex. The more wheels and axles I have, the bigger my wallet and bank account is. Us lesser mortals make do with just 4 wheels. This is actually perfect timing. This is very, very cool. A little bit of car spotting. Wait. Is that the Porsche? Oh no, that's the Valkyrie.
Whoa,
Zinger.
that's so bedazzled.
That's the bedazzled one. Another Maserati MC12. That's a Koenigsegg. That's supercar Ron's other Revuelto. That was a Jesko. Yeah, everybody is heading down to Big Sur, it seems, on this scenic drive. My goodness. Yeah, that was the Valkyrie that got covered in crystals
Yeah, I know.
that I was showing you. Yeah, that's guy's supercar Ron with an Aston Martin Valkyrie, all bedazzled up.
What's a Koenigsegg?
Koenigsegg is a Swedish hypercar manufacturer, Christian von Koenigsegg. They build ridiculous machines, super low volume, like 80 cars for each model run, and they're just engineering masterpieces that are unlike anything else out there, whether in performance, speed, or just like ingenuity. So I drove a Regera once, and that thing doesn't have a transmission. It has this like massive torque converter thing, so it just old Corvette. It just builds speed and just goes and goes. It's a wild feeling, and more. Hello, Jesko, SF90XX, Chiron. Oh, there's Strad and his Agera. We've already seen like 8 Koenigsegg's. Spectre, Motorhome, garbage truck, BMW. Wow. What is that? I don't even know what that is. I don't know what that is either. Yeah, Koenigsegg's are one of like the really, really cool, rare hypercars. We'll see them at the
Are
Quail.
they a couple mil?
Oh yeah, they're all a couple mil, yeah.
Oh.
Ooh, Gunther Works. Shelby! That's Palmer. So what started as thoughts on the 2026 Corvette interior layout has turned into car spotting vlog. Is that another cone? Nope. What is that? I don't even know. 2RS, GT3.
I like how you know who the owners are too.
Of some of them. It just, yeah, some friends who... That's an old Ferrari worth a lot. Oh, there's Matt Farah in his Myers Minx that he just took delivery of. What the?
What the heck?
Ooh, Reventon. That's so cool. Oh my god. That's one of like the earlier Lamborghini fuel-offs. We're gonna go see the one they're announcing this week.
Mm-hmm.
There's another new version, like ultra limited Lamborghinis. That is a massive old Rolls Royce. My goodness. 458. Oh, it's always cool seeing a Reventon. Those are rare. It is a traffic jam heading north. Wow. I feel like 2RSs and GT3s are like dime a dozen out here during car week. We've seen like 50 of them. That's what happens when you come to Monterey, right? Like when you're back home and you have a 3R, it's an amazing car, but you have one of the coolest cars in your town, and then you show up here and you're literally regular traffic. Like, look, R8, love that car, right? Ferrari 812, STO, 296. These are all really awesome supercars, but like we have seen dozens of GT3s and GT3RSs. Like we're at the point here during car week where the hypercars are, oh look, 350, are like the, even hypercars are actually common when you're here. Like we just saw.
I guess your Z06 isn't anything special.
No, it's not.
During car week.
It's not. No, I mean it's a Corvette, right? Like it's an awesome car. Like we're not discounting the epicness of any of these cars, but it's just a different stratosphere when you're here during car week. Another Koenigsegg, Agera, another Myers Minx. Yeah, that's car week, babe. Your first Monterey Car Week experience.
I understand the excitement for sure.
Yeah?
It's really cool to see. Yeah.
You got the Mercedes vehicles, you got cops. You have some space.
You're like a kid at a candy store.
This is my candy store. This is my favorite week of the year. It's a fun day to cruise around in the 2026 Corvette E-Ray. We'll wrap up this video. Let's see. Changes are actually nice. I like it. It does feel very driver-centric. How about you, babe? You've been in my Z06 plenty. What are your thoughts?
I really like this interior more than the Z06, I think.
Mine? Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, it's mostly because of this passenger handle.
I think that's a lot of customer feedback they got too, that people wanted
Something
this
to
instead
hold
of the
on
wall. I've heard both sides of the coin. Some people were saying when I first posted like the new interior layout and compared it back and forth, that like wall of buttons is what made the interior more unique. Because like I don't think anything else out there has a big giant wall of buttons. The negative side is, yeah, as a passenger, you've got nothing to hold on to and nothing to do. You're just kind of in your little like side cocoon.
But I guess it's all about the driver, right?
Correct.
Because it sounds like the way that the interior is designed with some of these cars is very driver-centric. And so for you, it's like, do you prefer having the buttons over like for you, this doesn't have any functionality, right? It's
No.
not like you're holding on to. It's not like you're holding on to this passenger handle, right? So I think it depends, right? From a passenger perspective, I like this, but from a driver perspective, I would imagine you prefer the buttons, right?
So one thing is, and I know it now because I have. Actually, I still get confused sometimes. I feel like 'cause I don't pay enough attention, but like. This heated seat, cooled seat buttons are like, which one is mine and which one is yours? I think the seat direction on the button indicates if it's mine or yours, but I've definitely accidentally hit the wrong one and be like, wait, no, that's the wrong seat. I just turned on the passenger one. So this makes it a little more intuitive, easy. This is left, this is right, but then it's in a touchscreen.
That's true.
It seems like they're always fixed on the screen regardless of what we're running. Even when you go to CarPlay, you still have the screen, right? The lower row of controls.
What do you think? Do you like this type of interior, this kind of layout more?
It's really grown on me.
Okay.
I think I do. This system is also different from mine. They've changed it a couple times of this nav or the infotainment system, but you still have CarPlay, which is what I run most of the time. But I think I do like this layout.
A little bit more.
The cup holders is different. I have a little cover on mine, and I think I do like the wireless phone charger here.
And the strap here?
Yeah, it's like a little
it?
like spring-loaded thing that holds it there. It hasn't gone anywhere. My phone hasn't scooted. Like, I wonder if we get some more G-forces, if we'll feel it. I don't think it'll go anywhere.
I don't think so, because this looks like it's very sturdy.
Yeah, so that's nice. I like the little left screen actually a lot more than I thought I would. This little left screen is very nifty. The graphics are very, very nice. So overall, I think it's an improvement. Absolutely improvement. I'm not specifically jealous of this interior. You know what I'm jealous of? The newer Corvettes have a soft close front trunk. So you just let it drop and it cinches itself shut. And mine, you have to kind of like press down, and sometimes you leave fingerprints on it too. Literally the most minor of complaints, right? But like, I'm so jealous. I know, I'm so jealous of that. But if you're ordering a new Corvette, this is the interior you would get. This is a really beautiful scenic bridge too. Like the view out, just the ocean.
Why does this remind me of the latest Fast and Furious movie? Do you remember? Do you remember that one scene? I forgot what movie.
Where they like jump a car off the bridge onto a plane and create, I mean, they find bridges like that to do ridiculous physics-defying stunts. You know, in the next movie, they're fighting the Avengers.
Yeah.
They've gone to space, they've done everything. It's just, it might as well, they're superheroes at this point. It's just peripheral car involvement. That looks scary. That looks
like it's gonna topple over.
I'm pretty sure his left wheel was off the ground on that BMW.
Ooh.
That's not a good thing. All right, up next, C8 ZR1. Hope you guys enjoyed this very free-form overview. We talked about the 26 Corvette interior a little bit. Talked about Corvette stuff in general. And then we did some car nerding out, car spotting at the crazy cool cars around Monterey Car Week. Watch the ZR1 video next, because that's what I am most excited about. Thanks for watching.